All right, so let's have you, just center us, Melissa, if you would like. So make sure we're just kind of,
Perfect.
how's he? Good?
Yep.
Are you ready to rock? So I saw 3 different rankings for you. What's the real ranking? Do you know? Lightweight?
The UFC 5th.
I saw 4 and 5 in 3 different spots. Okay.
Okay, unless they changed something, I don't know.
How's that look?
The rankings came out yesterday, I believe.
Perfect.
All right.
Or today.
Whoa.
It's monsoon season's in August. Is that
Welcome to Arizona.
Is it? We're good. Everyth's good. Okay. You got a level.
Yeah.
See 3, 2, 3, 2. All right. Just making sure. Triple checking. All right. In 3, 2. What's up, fight fans? We're back cage side. Not really cage side. We're at the Media Hotel in downtown Phoenix, the Hyatt Regency, UFC Fight Night on Fox in Glendale this weekend. Kreese here with you, and I'm joined by the number 5 ranked lightweight in the world, Dustin the Diamond Poirier, the main event, taking on Justin the Highlight Gaethje, Arizona's own fighter. Dustin Poirier is a guy who's a 4-time Fight of the Night winner, and you'll never be disappointed when you watch a Dustin Poirier fight. I can promise you that. Good to have you here in the Valley, man. It's good to see you here in Arizona. You liking it so far?
Yeah, man, it's hot and dry, but I'm here for business.
Good time of the year to be here. You don't want to be here anytime from June on, but you're here for business, obviously, and you clearly want to get that title shot at lightweight. You've had some comments lately about Khabib and the title, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about Justin Gaethje and how this fight came to be, what your first thoughts were. You have some very clear thoughts about his style versus your style. So let's talk about how this fight came to be and what your thoughts are on facing Justin Gaethje here this weekend.
I mean, it came together like any other fight. The UFC called me and said, hey, we have a fun matchup, and I said, sure, let's do it. Found out it was a main event. I was excited. Yeah, but I'm ready to rock, bro.
Let's talk about his style. You've been outspoken a little bit about that because he's a brawler, first and foremost, and a WSOF champ, was undefeated until the loss to Eddie Alvarez, which was a slugfest, and you had your own fight against Eddie with the illegal knees, but Justin Gaethje is a guy who will get in there and slug it out, and you've talked about not fighting his fight, fighting your fight. What do you mean when you say that?
You have to be a tactician. I have to go in there and fight smart, use my skills and my experience, you know, keep my fight IQ high, and touch and move, make him miss, make him pay. Just be the matador in there.
Are you big on visualization? Are you one of those guys who kind of closes your eyes and imagines what the fight's going to go like, and when you get your hand raised, how it's going to happen? Or you just a guy who goes in there with a game plan, kind of lets it go as the fight progresses, and then finds a way to get a win?
You know, I think we all visualize and think of ways the fight could go. If somebody says they don't, they're lying. I mean, you do this and you have months, eight weeks to prepare, and you're going to think about ways the fight can play out or stuff like that. But I don't go crazy with it. When I go to bed at night, I'll kind of think about different ways, different moves and stuff like that. But nothing crazy.
Coming into this fight, you know he's a good wrestler and you know he likes to brawl. What else have you noticed about him in particular as you get ready to face him?
You know, over his career, his fighting style hasn't really changed a whole lot. We know he's a great wrestler, and he doesn't use it. He uses it defensively to keep it on the feet. But pretty much the same thing in every fight, walking forward, trying to break his opponent, trying to damage him with big shots. Yeah, he puts everything into every strike, and everything he does is full force.
Last fight out, fight of the night against Anthony Pettis, a former champion. You fought the best in the world. You've been right there in the cage against the best fighters in the world. Mentioned earlier your thoughts on Khabib Nurmagomedov. A lot of fighters have spoken out and not been impressed with his win over Alain Quinta. Tough to fight a guy last minute for that. You're preparing from one opponent, then it's this guy, then it's that guy, then all of a sudden he gets that fight, and he wins it in dominating fashion, but he doesn't, finish him. So your thoughts about that?
I mean, he won very dominant, like you said. Just because he didn't get the finish, can't take anything away from him. The guy's the world champion now. But like I said in the other fight, I don't feel like Al was the #1 guy. So it's kind of still murky water at the top of the division. If he fought the #1 guy and then won it, then we'd have a clear champ. But obviously, Khabib earned his spot to fight for the belt. It just wasn't the right opponent for me to get like that official title fight feel.
How do you feel about his style against your style, and is that a fight that you think you could take next? Do you think you could beat Khabib and take that belt from him, or would you like to maybe get another couple fights under your belt on the way to that?
We'll see, man, but I can beat anybody in the world. But right now, all I'm focused on is Justin Gaethje Saturday night, and then after that, then we'll plan for what's next. But I don't even want to mention these guys' names because I'm fighting Justin.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier here, cage side. Let's talk about your style. You're so much fun to watch. 4 fights of the night. You always say that you're going to go in there and be a tactician, but if it comes down to it, you can brawl with the best of them.
Yeah, and I try not to do that. I'm just a maniac. I get in there and I like to fight. When you hit me, I want to hit you back harder. That's just the way I'm hardwired, and I've always been like that. But years of fighting and maturity, hopefully, is going to keep me from doing that. But either way, it's going to be a great fight. So tune in on Saturday.
Anything else you want to say, Dustin? A lot of fans out there watching who love you, who love the way you fight, and maybe some people who might not know you as well personally.
Yeah, thanks for the support. Go check out thegoodfightgroup.com. It's a nonprofit I started, the Good Fight Foundation, out of Louisiana, and we're doing some great things.
All right, Dustin the Diamond Poirier, main event, UFC on Fox here in Arizona. Thanks so much for being with us, man. We appreciate the time.
Thank you, bro.
All right, Dustin Poirier here, cage side. Thank you, man. Appreciate
Of course,
it.
yeah.
All right, looking forward to seeing you fight in person.
Thanks,
There we go. Check. All right, there we go.